If you train, compete, teach, or simply love the sport of dog agility, you're in the right place. Hey there, I'm Megan Foster, creator of Fostering Excellence in Agility. Join me as we explore training, communication, handling, mindset, and all the little details that help build stronger and more confident teams both in and out of the ring. Whether you're just getting started or working toward big competition goals, this podcast is here to support your journey with your individual teammate. Let's get started. Hey there, welcome back to the podcast, episode 70. This topic was requested, and I hope that it will get you thinking about how you respond to disappointment. So I'm going to quickly go through kind of my 3-step process when something bums me out in relation to agility and training and competing. Things like an injury, the lows of learning, right? Agility is full of highs and full of lows. Like, for example, like really good results one weekend and then your very next trial a couple weeks later and it's kind of a mess, right? Really high highs, really low lows. We have to be able to deal with them, process them, and move forward with them. And disappointment, like not qualifying for an event. These are things that I think come up pretty frequently, and they do weigh a little bit differently depending on where you're at in your journey, but I want to talk about it. Like I said, this is my 3-step process and how it has worked for me, and it's not, 3 steps sounds easy, but it's not like, oh, it's over in 5 minutes and we can move on. Each disappointing thing takes its own amount of time for me to like move through it. And these are sometimes the times where I'm joking with my friends of like, I'm gonna quit agility. Like, this is it. I'm not doing this anymore. You know, other things can serve me better. But I still think that that's a part of the process and can be important. So the first step is to be disappointed. It's really common for people to like encourage you to think positively and think on the bright side. And yes, but no. We can't just box up our disappointment and put it aside because it will like rot inside of you and be gross. And it's also really hard to fake being happy about something. Like, absolutely, if something disappointing happens and you can very quickly see a silver lining to this, that's also telling. If you are experiencing relief when something disappointing happens, that's an invitation for you to go, why was that my goal if I'm relieved that it didn't happen, right? So if finding the silver lining is like almost too easy, it could just be too good to be true, right? But I also don't think we should be forcing ourselves to find the silver lining. It is okay that agility and dog sports are important to you. They are very important to me. I am very competitive. I want to be the best that I can be at it. I want to give my dog the best experience of agility that I can. It's very important to me. So when something does bum me out, that is real. And when an injury happens, or when that low hits, or when you don't reach that goal, it is okay to take time to grieve that loss. And I don't really care for myself how long this takes, but I will give myself time to be disappointed. And that works for me. Step 2 in this process is to take responsibility. And this one can be a little bit hard sometimes. This one takes practice. It is not always the first thing that I want to do. It doesn't feel great all the time, but that's why it's step 2. It's not about placing blame on any one thing or owning shame about the disappointing thing that happened, but it is about owning my part in why something disappointed me or why it was able to disappoint me or how this could have happened. So an example is, if you've been around me a while, you know that like Sprint has a paw pad saga. Like, it is never ending. She has very soft pads. Her feet do sweat a little bit. She also has environmental allergies. So there's a lot of things that make keeping her feet kind of in one piece pretty difficult. And so it's very easy for me to try and be angry at something else or place blame on something else when she has a paw pad injury. However, taking the responsibility of, Megan, you decided that giving her off-leash freedom in nature without her boots on was really important to her well-being. And if that results in a pad injury, I have to own that responsibility. So I have to own the choices that were made, even if they led to disappointment. The same way that we should be taking credit for our success and recognizing this choice led to this choice, led to this choice, and yay, I won something, or yay, I got the outcome I was looking for. We also can do the same for when something disappointing happens, and it's oddly liberating, right? Then we're less angry about it. I am. I should not talk about like a collective we, because this is my process and I have no data other than my own personal experience that this works. However, it is very liberating for me to say, no, I actually made these decisions for a reason and they were the right choices for these reasons. And it's okay that it didn't work out. Because this directly helps me in step 3, which is deciding what is next. And there's a few questions that I can ask myself to help me decide what's next. And the first one is, do I even still want the goal I was chasing? I've been through this grieving process. I've kind of analyzed the decisions that got me here to this disappointing outcome. Do I even want to do that again? Do I still want that thing that I was chasing? Do I still want to go to that event that I was trying to qualify for? Do I want to run at that event? Those types of things. Second question is there a better goal, better outcome that fits my life and values right now? I am constantly evaluating what is best for myself and for Sprint and agility. Constantly. I'm constantly running down, what does this look like in a year? What does this look like in 2 years? What does this look like in 5 years for the both of us? And trying to choose the right paths that get us to the best outcomes. So if there is suddenly a better path that fits into our life, I need to consider it. And the third question is, how can I adjust my actions without taking on more than my life can allow? So this is a very important question for me because I'm very prone to just saying, well, just do more, just say yes to more, train more, train harder, blah, blah, blah. And that is dangerous for me. So it's very important that I make sure that I'm not adding more to my plate than is possible, right? I love what I do as my job, and I want to make sure that I can continue to give quality experiences to my clients. And I also want to make sure that I am giving a quality experience and agility to my dog and myself. And so I have to be careful to not take on more than is actually possible for myself while maintaining my physical and mental health as well. Okay? So, 3-step process for dealing with disappointment. Be disappointed, take responsibility, decide what's next. This is what helps me, and I hope that it can get you thinking about how you can deal with disappointment, because it will happen. All right, thanks for listening. See you next time. Thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love for you to leave a review, share it with an agility friend, or connect with me on social media. Your support helps more handlers and teams find the podcast and be part of this community. You can also find all of my training programs, coaching, and resources at fxagility.com. Remember, excellent agility is built one training session at a time, and every small step forward matters. Until next time, happy training.